Well, good morning, everybody. This is Linda from North Central Texas, and I was fixing some breakfast this morning, and I decided I'd get on here and just talk a little bit and tell you that right now, if you've got a greenhouse or if you've got some of those small clear totes like we put our rose cuttings in, you can start seedlings right now, brassicas, stuff like that. Kale, collards, all kind of stuff in your greenhouse right now in January. You can put them in one of those clear totes with the lid. Put them in your greenhouse or put them somewhere they're going to get some sun, like out yard in a sunny spot. And you can plant seedlings in it right now, like in little paper cups. You can put those inside the little plastic tote. You can use potting mix in your seedlings. You can water them with compost tea, just like we did the rose cuttings. Put the lid on it really good, because you don't want cold air to get in there, and just put it in the sun. If it gets too much moisture during the day, you can open the lid a little bit and let some of it evaporate out. Just make sure you close the lid back at night when the temperature drops, so it'll stay fairly warm inside. But you can start seedlings right now. I don't have another clear tote. I'll have to buy one if I do that. But, I usually start my seedlings in March, the 1st of March. That way, if it does freeze right after I plant them, it's not going to hurt them, because the seeds haven't had time to sprout up yet. And I went ahead and pulled out all of the dead rose cuttings that I had, and I replaced them with new cuttings, because I noticed a lot of my rose bushes right now were starting to put out new leaves, and that's the perfect time to start a cutting. I gotta fix me a cup of coffee. And I'm the worst, because I use instant coffee in the morning. I don't like to make a whole pot of coffee just for myself. I don't have one of the Keurig's coffee makers. So I've always just used instant coffee. I have a coffee maker, so if I do want to make a pot of coffee, I can. I've got the ground coffee. I also use that coffee maker to make my hot tea in. I'll put my tea bags in the pot. I'll fill the pot with water. Turn it on, and I make my hot tea right in my coffee pot. It works great, because I like hot tea as well as cold tea, so you might see me drinking hot tea at any time. But I'm fixing old-timey home fries this morning. Just cut up fresh potatoes, and I'm frying them. I'll be putting some sausage in the pan, and I'll be cooking me some little bit of sausage. And I'll cook an egg with it. I think I got a better view over here, so get back over here. But yeah, if you get anxious and you want to start some of your seedlings right now, now is the perfect time to do it. I know in California they can start seedlings right now and keep them outside in a box with no lid, but we can't do that because I think tonight or tomorrow night it's supposed to get down to 30, which is freezing. So we can't start a bunch of seedlings out there right now unless we have them in a small clear tote that we can make into a mini greenhouse to keep them from freezing. But I wanted to get on here and just let you know that if you do want to start some seedlings, that's a great way to do it. If you've got a room in your house or a porch area where you get a lot of sun, that's a great place to put your clear tote. And just line the bottom of it with little paper cups or plastic cups that you make little pots out of. And start your seedlings right there in that. That's a great way to do it. I've got some other work that I've got to do, like putting mulch or the wood chips around some of my pots. I got to rake up leaves and put around some of the other areas where I have my pots because I don't want grass to grow. I've got that fire pit that I've got to line with cardboard and put wood chips on top, so I can put some of my 5-gallon buckets around in that this summer to grow food. So I've got quite a bit to do outside, as long as the weather permits, to get ready for planting in March. And I should have bought an extra couple of one of those clear totes so I could start seedlings, and I may have to go buy one. Because since my greenhouse is kind of decayed the way it is, it's not suitable to start seedlings in. It's not going to stay warm enough. But if I have a clear tote, then it might, as long as I've got that clear tote in the sunshine. I tell you, I'm kind of getting a little antsy. Turn that down just a tiny bit. I'm real anxious to get my garden growing. When the sun's shining and it's pretty weather like it is now, it's been a little cool during the day, but we've had some fantastic weather. And I just want to get out there and start planting stuff, but, you know, you can't do that. And I just got up, so my eyes are pretty puffy, which I hate. I mean, I hate to get on camera and my eyes are puffy like that. Let's see if I can get this situated. Get the camera set. But I'm going to sit here and drink me a cup of coffee while my home fries are cooking so I can fix the rest of my breakfast. And then I'll probably get out there and start working in the yard. Like I said, I've got some of the wood chips I've got to move around the garden area. I've got them to move into the fire pit. There's other place beside the greenhouse that I need to move some of those wood chips. Get it all ready to start planting the 1st of March. I've still got a few things living from when I planted them before we had that hard freeze that we had. But they're getting so big now I can't lay the cardboard over the top because it'll just mash them down, break them. So if it gets down to 30 degrees, they're going to have to fend for themselves, and I just hope they survive. Because that little swimming pool is completely full of greens. And I've got a couple of other pots that's got greens in it growing. And you know I've got the green stalk tower that is full of broccoli. Or not broccoli, it's Brussels sprouts. And my garlic. I don't think it'll hurt the garlic, but I'm not sure about the Brussels sprouts. I'm hoping it'll survive. I hate to go out there and have to wrap it up with quilts again, but I mean, it's not going to get down to 10 or 15 degrees like it did. It's supposed to get down to about 30. A lot of times if they say 30, it might hit 32, so I'm hoping that's the case and they do survive. Oh, that coffee's so good this morning. Yeah, if you look in your zone maps, look up on the internet if you can and find your zone. Mine is zone 8 here. It'll tell you what you can plant or start indoors right now to get ready to put it out in the spring. I don't have places in my house to put seedlings because they don't get enough sun in my house. My house is too dark. I mean, I've got a lot of windows, but I just don't get a lot of sunlight coming in the right places. Like I've got it coming in on the back of my couch, so I have to keep my blinds shut. But I can't set clear tote on my couch with seedlings in it, so that's my problem. Where the sun comes in, I can't put clear tote for a greenhouse. I'd have to put it outside somewhere like the greenhouse that I've got. So I would love to start a bunch of brassicas inside. Some of you people may have a big bedroom that you don't use that gets a lot of sunlight that you can start your seedlings in. Or you may have a big porch that you can put clear totes on with lids to use as greenhouses and start your seedlings there. If they're in a covered area that gets a lot of sun, I said you could probably start your seedlings there. I don't have that. I mean, I've got my patios that get a lot of sun, but I'm not sure how the greenhouses, little miniature greenhouses would work. I could try it and see. I'd love to start tomato plants and squash and all this kind of stuff early, but I just don't know where I'm going to put it unless I go buy some clear plastic totes. So we'll see. I may invest in some clear plastic totes so I can get my seedlings started early. But I wanted to get on here and let y'all know that you can do that. Right now is a perfect time to start seedlings indoors if you have a place to start them. Or start them in, like I said, a clear tote, a mini greenhouse that you can make. You can start them in that as well. On my next video, I'll probably take you out in the greenhouse and show you the rosebush cuttings that I replaced and show you the ones that are already there that are growing like crazy. One of them has grown so much it's up to the top of the lid, underneath the top of the lid, to where it's going to start bending and growing sideways if I have to keep it in there too much longer. And I've got several that I put in the 2-liter bottles to make a greenhouse out of that are living. And they're putting out leaves and stuff. So it can be done, even in our climate. It's supposed to get up to, I think, about 64 degrees today. Even though it's bright and sunshiny this morning, but it is cool out there. But 64 degrees weather is perfect weather to get out and do stuff in your yard because it's not too hot. You don't get out there and sweat yourself to death. You can put on a jacket or something if you need it, and be comfortable working in your yard. So that's my plan. I may do something like that today. I don't want to overdo it, but that is my plan. I got a piece of fuzz in my mouth. I'm over here and check on my potatoes. And as you can see, I start my home fries just from cut up potatoes. I just take a couple of Irish potatoes, white potatoes, and cut them up kind of thin and put them in the pan. Years ago, I used to buy the home fry patties that you get, you know, that are already made. But you know what? I prefer to just cut up my own potatoes like this and fry them as home fries and eat them with my eggs. I mean, they're just as good, if not better for you, actually, than the little patties that are already made. I've been bringing my aloe vera in. One of my aloe veras, because a couple of them didn't make it in the greenhouse. The biggest one made it out there. But that one right there, and my coleus, I've been putting it out every day. And I've got a mother of millions right there. I've been babying that thing. Because the mother of millions that I had in the big pot died back in the greenhouse. And I'm hoping that the roots are alive. So it'll come back up from the roots this summer. But if it doesn't, I've got that little one in the little pot that I can start me a whole new plant from. And those things get pretty big, so. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and finish my breakfast. And like I said, if you want to start seedlings early, indoors, get you some clear plastic totes, just like the ones we put the rose cuttings in. And get you some plastic cups or some paper cups or any little small containers that you can put seedlings in. And start them in that. Make sure you put it in a sunny spot. Keep the lid on it unless it gets too moist inside. And like I said, you can always open the lid a little bit to let some of the moisture out. But just make sure you put it back on at nighttime, because that's when the temperature drops and you have to worry about them. And with that, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to finish my breakfast. I'm going to finish my cup of coffee. And I will see you on the next one. Y'all have a blessed day.